60 years ago, on August 11th, 1965, the Watts riots took place in the Watts neighborhood and its surrounding areas of Los Angeles. The riots were driven by outrage over the racist and abusive practices of the Los Angeles Police Department, along with frustrations about job discrimination, housing segregation, and poverty in the city. On that day, police stopped 21-year-old Marquette Fry, an African-American man, for drunk driving. After failing a sobriety test, he resisted arrest, with his mother, Rena Fry, intervening. A physical struggle broke out, during which Marquette was struck in the face with a baton. A crowd gathered, and rumors quickly spread that police had kicked a pregnant woman at the scene. This incident sparked 6 days of civil unrest, fueled in part by accusations of police brutality. Nearly 14,000 California Army National Guard troops were deployed to restore order. The violence left 34 people dead, caused more than $40 million in property damage, and was the most severe unrest in Los Angeles until the Rodney King riots in 1992. And on August 11th to 12th, 2017, the Unite the Right rally, a white supremacist rally, took place in Charlottesville, Virginia. The march brought together members of the alt-right, neo-Confederates, neo-fascists, white nationalists, neo-Nazis, Ku Klux Klan members, and far-right militias. Participants chanted racist and anti-Semitic slogans and carried weapons, Nazi and neo-Nazi insignia, the Falknut, Confederate battle flags, default crosses, and other symbols associated with past and present anti-Semitic and anti-Islamic groups. Organizers aimed to unite the American white nationalist movement and oppose the removal of the statue of General Robert E. Lee from what was then Lee Park in Charlottesville. The event, which drew hundreds, sparked a nationwide debate over Confederate symbols, racial violence, and white supremacy. The rally took place during ongoing disputes over the removal of Confederate monuments following the 2015 Charleston church massacre, where white supremacist Dylan Roof murdered 9 African-American church members, including the pastor and state senator, and wounded another. Violence broke out when protesters and counter-protesters clashed, injuring more than 30 people. The next day, Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe declared a state of emergency, and the Virginia State Police soon declared the rally an unlawful assembly. That afternoon, white supremacist James Alex Fields Jr. deliberately drove his car into a crowd of counter-protesters about half a mile from the rally, killing Heather Heyer and injuring 35 others. Fields fled but was quickly arrested. In 2018, he was convicted in Virginia State Court of first-degree murder, malicious wounding, and related crimes, receiving a sentence of life in prison plus 419 years. In 2019, he pleaded guilty to 29 federal hate crime charges to avoid the death penalty. President Donald Trump's comments on the rally drew widespread criticism. His initial statement condemned hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides, and later remarks referring to very fine people on both sides were widely seen as equating white supremacist demonstrators with counter-protesters, despite his clarification that he did not mean neo-Nazis or white nationalists. The violence and Heyer's murder led to a strong backlash against white supremacist groups. Many had future events canceled, and their social media and financial accounts were shut down. Online activists identified rally participants from photos, leading to public shaming and, in some cases, job loss. Although intended to unify far-right groups, the rally instead fueled infighting among leaders and is seen as contributing to the decline of the movement. When Charlottesville denied a permit for another march, organizers held a follow-up event, the Unite the Right 2, in Washington, D.C. on August 11 to 12, 2018. It drew only 20 to 30 protesters and thousands of counter-protesters, including religious groups, civil rights advocates, and anti-fascist activists. Well, that's all I have for today. If you like what you hear, leave a comment down below and subscribe. This is Stephen Luke, and I'll see you next time for another history update.